Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video, I will be breaking down how to pay yourself from an LLC. If you have already set up an LLC, you are probably wondering, how do you pay yourself? And if you haven't set one up yet, you might be curious about how this works before taking the plunge. Either way, understanding how to pay yourself properly is absolutely essential for managing taxes, staying compliant, and keeping your business finances in check. So in this video, I will cover the different ways to pay yourself as an LLC owner, how taxes work for each method, common mistakes to avoid, and step-by-step instructions on how to set up payments. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to take money out of your LLC whilst keeping your finances and taxes in check. Also, if you don't have your LLC created just yet, but you are thinking about setting one up, I will introduce you to my recommended LLC formation service that makes sure you are compliant and offers guidance if you ever need help with questions down the road. As always, if you decide to use my recommended service, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I've thoroughly researched all of the options and I trust this service to provide top-notch support. So let's start out with section 1. How can you actually pay yourself from an LLC? Now, with an LLC, there are two main ways to pay yourself. The first is the owner's draw. So if you have a single member LLC or a multi-member LLC taxed as a partnership, you will typically take an owner's draw. The other option is salary or payroll, and this is if your LLC is taxed as an S-Corp or a C-Corp, you will need to pay yourself a salary through payroll. So let's now break down exactly how you want to pay yourself depending on the type of LLC that you have set up. We will start out with a single member LLC, and since a single member LLC is a pass-through entity, the IRS doesn't see you as an employee. So instead, you take money from the business as an owner's draw. With this, you don't need to run payroll or withhold taxes upfront. However, you do need to pay self-employment taxes on your earnings. With this, very easy to pay yourself. All you have to do is transfer money from your business bank account to your personal account, track these withdrawals for bookkeeping, and then set aside a portion of your earnings for taxes as they aren't withheld automatically. Next, if you are looking to pay yourself from a multi-member LLC, the profits are going to be divided among members based on the operating agreement. So similar to a single member LLC, you take distributions, but taxes aren't withheld. So the way that you pay yourself with a multi-member LLC is, first of all, you need to decide how much to distribute based on profits and the operating agreement. From there, you want to transfer the amount into each member's personal account and pay the estimated quarterly taxes to the IRS. If you are looking to pay yourself as an LLC with an S-Corp election, with this, you are required to pay yourself a reasonable salary before taking any additional profits. In terms of what a reasonable salary is, the IRS expects you to pay yourself a fair wage for the work that you do in the business. So essentially, this is what you would pay somebody else to do the same job. For example, if you are a freelance web designer and other web designers in your area earn $60,000 per year, you can't just pay yourself $20,000 and take the rest as profit distributions to avoid payroll taxes. If the IRS audits you and finds your salary unreasonably low, you could face back taxes and penalties, so this is really not worth doing. So once you have paid yourself a reasonable salary, you then must run payroll and withhold taxes like a traditional employee. So the way to pay yourself if you are elected as an S-Corp is, first of all, set up payroll using a service like Gusto or QuickBooks Payroll. I will leave links to both of those in the description. Next, you want to pay yourself a reasonable salary based on the industry standards, which is what I mentioned a second ago. Third, you want to withhold and remit payroll taxes. And then the fourth step is to take additional profits as shareholder distributions, which aren't subject to self-employment tax. Then, if you are paying yourself as an LLC with a C-Corp election, you must take a salary. The business is also going to pay corporate income tax with this structure, and any extra profits that are distributed as dividends may be taxed again at the shareholder level. So the way that you pay yourself if you are elected as a C-Corp is, first of all, you want to run payroll and take a salary. Secondly, you want to withhold payroll taxes. And third, if applicable, you want to distribute profits as dividends, which are taxed separately. Now, looking at some common mistakes to avoid when you are paying yourself from an LLC, the first is going to be mixing personal and business finances. So you always want to pay yourself from a separate business bank account. Secondly, and this is a huge one that a lot of new business owners tend to forget to do, and this is forgetting to set aside money for taxes. Both self-employment and payroll taxes can really catch you off guard, so just make sure you are keeping an eye on this and you are setting aside the right amount of money to be able to pay your taxes. And then the third one, we did touch on this a little bit earlier, and this is paying yourself an unreasonably low salary in an S-Corp. If you do this, this can trigger an IRS audit, and this is going to be a huge headache. So that is everything that you need to know in terms of how to pay yourself from an LLC. Now, if you don't have your LLC set up just yet and you want to make one, I want to introduce you to my favorite LLC formation company, which is bizee. With bizee, they handle everything for you, including filing the paperwork, providing a registered agent, and offering ongoing compliance support. So they will give you compliance alerts to make sure that your business is always compliant, and they have unlimited phone and email support. So if you have any legal questions later down the road, you can just give them a call. So to get started with bizee, just click on the top link in the description and it's going to take you over to this page. From here, all we need to do is click on this orange button that says Start My Business. We can click into this right here. And now it's going to ask us to enter the entity type, the type of LLC that we would like to set up. So we can see here we have an LLC, which is going to be single member and multi-member LLCs. And then we have both the S-Corp and C-Corp election. So choose the entity type right here. And then we can go ahead and choose the state. And with this, we can now see the bizee pricing packages up here at the top, and underneath is going to be the state fee. So each state is going to charge a different amount. If I just click through a few of the states right here, you can see the state fee is going to change, but the bizee pricing packages are going to remain the same. From these pricing packages, the one that I would recommend is going to be the standard package right here. And this is because this is going to include all of the main things that we need from bizee. So with this, they are going to prepare and file the articles of organization. This is the main document that is actually going to form your LLC. We also get a free 1-year registered agent service. So a registered agent is the company or person who is responsible for the legal documents within your business. So we get this for free for the first year. With this plan, bizee are also going to sort our EIN business tax number, which is essentially the social security number for your business. So you'll need this to open business bank accounts, hire employees, and pay taxes. So very important that we get this. They will also set up our operating agreement for us. We get lifetime compliance alerts and the unlimited phone and email support. So this is the plan that we want to go for right here. And then we can click on get started. And from here, we can then go through and start entering in the company information, following these steps right here, and then we can go through and get bizee to form our company for us. So that is how you can pay yourself from an LLC, as well as how you can set an LLC up if you do not yet have one. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.